Everybody, welcome back to Let's Play Final Fantasy. We're on part 59. We're going down to this village who only speaks Elfinish, or Ethan. I don't know. Anyway, we're just fighting things because... Let's see, maybe we can get them confused. Ankylosaurus. Whoa, was that 150? I don't think that's gonna work. Anyway, we're just fighting things because that's the challenge, to get down there alive. Thinking she could use some Cure 2 right now. Oh, I mean, Pure Heal 2. With how damaged they are. And here I was thinking, we should be fine with just this. Although maybe I should have used the heal rod. Alright, will we get healed? We will. Good. Yay. You probably still should have used the heal rod, though. Just maybe open my mouth more when I speak. That might be my problem. Of course, I have a little sore on my tongue, so that might be another reason why things are a little awkward. Oh well. Okay, so these 13 away, and then the furthest one is 2-6. Wow, we're already up at 20,000 experience to the next level. Yeah, I think that is it. I think it's the fact that there's this thing on the tip of my tongue. Oh, good. Science. Oops. 1 damage. They're easy, but give good experience. Ooh, 10 damage. I'm pretty sure we can confuse them, and it just didn't happen this time. Will that finish him off? No. This will, though. Maybe I should heal. Take care of those little bits of damage. Yeah, it's not a canker sore, because that's what happens on, like, the lining around the inside of your mouth, but it's like when you get that bump on your tongue, and you can kind of chew on it a little, but you shouldn't, because that'll just aggravate it further. I wonder if that swamp marshy area had more dangerous monsters. Oh, this is Tyro. Wizard Mage. Reasonable damage put together, I suppose. But I'm wondering if there are times when, you know, I just shouldn't bother with the Zeus Gauntlet, and I should just use more powerful magic. I don't know. But we're almost to this town. I must anticipate... This is the last town, I believe. Makes sense because, only our bravest became Sky Warriors. Your airship was theirs. Anyway, that makes sense because... Wait, what makes sense? I don't remember what I was saying. The Light Warriors, and they were the Sky Warriors. That's right, we are them. And we can't walk into this building. That guy was moving fast. Our interest was the universe. Hey. Oh no. Okay, get out of... No. Oh, okay, fine. Just go down to the bottom then. Go on. This. Huh. We're gonna have to get up there somehow. I'm not sure if it's memories as much as it is you're referring to like an oral tradition. That's not really a memory. Not technically. Maybe you could consider it to be some kind of like super ego collective memory in that kind of a way. I don't know. But yeah, this wouldn't have meant much to us before we learned that language. Okay, so we go through the Mirage Tower to get up there. That's what I kind of thought. As bats. Seems kind of random. By Tiamat. Oh, what was the other one? Tiamat and the Earth. Oh, what was it? Can we keep going here? Wow. This is like a Pokemon Center. Oh, there's Nuke. Wait. Are we only just now able to learn level 8? I think that was 0 before. Well, let's see what the level 8 healing is first. Life 2. Ooh. That's good. Because I believe that... Does that revive your whole party? It doesn't matter what it is, we're still gonna get it. Boom, now we got a nuclear bomb right in our party. Well, I'm glad I found that, because I could have looked for that for a long time. Is there anything down here? Uh-oh. Well, now I'm curious about how that worked. Could I have just kept going, or to the south? And would there have been something? And my tongue is so annoyed. Okay, I'm here. Now let's just march south. I gotta look this up. Was it Isu? Marduk. Or, well, is Kingu? Yeah, Kingu. I mean, Marduk is the guy who fought them. Or her. But, Kingu? Wait. Yeah. Kingu is the, or however you'd pronounce it, is the consort of Tiamat. There's a Zambol. Hey, Zambol, Mambo Italiano. Oh, right. Is that blind? I'm gonna have to refresh myself on those spells. See what they do exactly. I mean, maybe that's a more effective darkness, a more effective version of darkness, hence why it's called blind, if that is what that is. So yeah, I'm gonna have to refresh myself on the spells, but I have that page open, so that shouldn't be a problem. I'll just do that at the end after this episode. Uh, We're just gonna go all out. Since I'm just going to... Oh, I think I meant to do the other one. I'm just going to do the... I'm going to heal up at the town so we can get her back our level 8. Then again, I guess I should also go back... Yeah, I'll go back to that town that's in the mountains. Oh, Frewolfs. I wonder if they're worth fighting. I believe it's Mage that does the fire spell. Of course, that was a fighting move, so that's going to be super effective against these ice wolves. Maybe I didn't need to use Fire 3, I don't know. I guess the ice cave was a little while ago by now. Yeah. His absorb is 25, which is nothing to write home about at this point. In fact, he's one away from Zakes. Why is he in the party lead again? Or in the first two positions? He does have that high HP, so there's that. Oops, not magic. Yeah, 81 is really small, I think. Oh, wait, was it... I thought I tried... the Maids one before. Oops. Okay, so I thought I tried the Maids earlier and it didn't do anything. Well, I'm not gonna find out. Two gold. Oops. Okay, that level 8 magic should be... Oops, not over there. I guess it'll be at the top of the town. At the top of the town, they'll have a privileged few, making mock of the foe in the lower zoo. It is a zoo, apparently. Wait, maybe it isn't over here. Wait, there it is. kind of trying to look for the spell guide. I did have it up, but I guess closing down the tab made it so that, or the window made it so that that tab didn't save because I went to a different page. So I'd have to look it up again. Ugh. Okay, we got Fade, Wall, and Ixfer. I only have enough for one more of these kinds of spells. What's Ixfer? What could that even be? And he's got Zop, Stop, Zap, XXX. I think Nuke is like, it basically does Zap and XXXX, but better. But, maybe those two have their advantages. Time we're at 16. I mean, I guess I could, use this since this is going to be the last time we're buying spells. Maybe I should, kind of figure out what we're gonna do with it on screen rather than, not. Well, I guess I'm gonna have to look more generically. Yeah, I don't know what kind of page that was, but I have to go through Google to get to Gamer Corner guides, and I can't just put in spells. I mean, what's the name of this page? Yeah, Final Fantasy / spells. Okay. That's a rub, that's the last level 7, and here's Ixfer. Negate creature's elemental resistance, which might be useful if it worked at all. It does not, however, unless a monster uses it on you. So it's supposed to remove resistances on opponents, but it doesn't, so don't bother with it. So basically just get Stop and... Wait, that's black magic. So basically just get Fade, Life 2, and Wall. Fade. You'd never guess that Fade is actually the iconic series spell Holy, between the name and its nature as a multi-target spell. Fade is similar to Nuke in that it's highly accurate and non-elemental, though it deals 20% less damage. Unfortunately, attack magic just isn't that effective late in the game. And unlike Black Wizards and White Wizards have worthwhile level 8 spells, still it's fun to use in a pinch and isn't a bad spell by any means. And then of course we have Life 2. We already got that one because we know how good that one is. But let's see if it affects the whole party. No, just one ally. Removes KO status and restores all HP outside of combat. And the main reason you'll want to save a few allies. It will bring a KO'd foe warrior back to life and full HP, which is great, if only because it saves you the spell slot you would have needed to use the heal. You may even want to let warriors be KO'd so that you can save Cure 4 spell slots. Whatever you do, don't miss this spell. Okay, so it removes KO and restores HP to ally outside of combat. So, can you not use it in combat? I seem to recall being able to use life in combat. Maybe not. Okay, so I'm reading the original description of Life 1, and it doesn't work in combat. So I was saying I was kind of an idiot for not using it in battle, but you actually can't use it in battle, so that actually wasn't so bad. I mean, it wasn't not so bad, it wasn't even a factor. I would have wasted time trying to use a life spell in battle, so that's good. And then Wall. Grants one ally resistance to all elements. One of those spells that sounds far better in the description than it is in practice. Sura grants resistance to all 8 elements, but so do ribbons, and you get 3 of those. Assuming you use them, this spell can only help one party member, who may very well be a knight, that already resists the main attack elements and poison anyway. On the upside, at least the fact that this is a single target spell doesn't make it any less useful in this case. So basically, because you have 3 ribbons, and I don't know if I have 3 ribbons yet. Unfortunately, it's an... let's see. Okay, so I only have 2 ribbons, which means we're either going to get one or I missed the other one. But in any case, that grants resistance to elements, which, since iced, we're avoiding giving him equipment, although maybe we shouldn't be doing that. But in any case, that's how we're doing it, so it would be useful for him since his magic defense spell actually is downgraded with the class upgrade, because it's a glitch. Okay, so that's the level 4 magic. Basically, if we had to choose between the 2, I mean, I guess Wall is the most useful, but that's not saying much, because, I mean, we'd use Fade, except it's probably better to just use that to heal a party member. Maybe. I mean, if the... well, never mind. I'll just think about that later, but basically, I'd say Wall is better than Fade, but not by a whole lot. And then, of course, there's Life 2, and that's just good. You definitely want that. Okay, let's go back to... well, speaking of black spells, let's look at the level 8 ones, but before we do that, let's review the ones we already have. Let's start at level 4. No, we pretty much have a good idea of 4. Fire, okay, 5. Bane. Well, and let's make sure it's only the spells I have, because I don't need to review ones that I'm never going to use. Okay, level 5. Fire, Slow Warp. Okay, we know those. Quake, that's multi-target. Yeah, multi-target KO spell. More accurate than Rub. But it's Earth. It's Earth Elemental. Okay, Stun. Automatically inflicts paralysis on foes less than 300 HP, which isn't so useful because, you know, once a foe's already below 300 HP, we're pretty much going to take him out pretty quickly. Weird spell. Unless you're familiar with the power word spells in D&D, along with the Brethren Blend and XXXX. We're about to look at those later. Wait, what? Only works on monsters with less than HP. On the upside, it always works on those creatures. Okay, so that's that at least. Unless they resist magic. And now that okay, so you have a 10% chance of curing paralysis, but with how few battles there are, or that is to say, with how short battles are, that pretty much means they're out of commission. Oh, it's okay. It's saying if you aren't a fan of instant KO, then it's a fine source. Okay, so let's look at Blind and Brack, because I can't figure out those. Okay, Black Magic level 7 on Darkness on foes with less than 300, unless they're resistant. So it's the same thing. It just sounds less useful, actually. I mean, it's true that it doesn't go away, and I suppose if we were to stack it with, not Fog, but the other one, Invisibility, then that could be useful. And then Brack inflicts Poison Elemental. Oh, it's inflicts Stone. Okay, so it's a single target spell. It's more accurate and Poison Elemental, making it useful against a different set of enemies than Rub. It's even got a good chance of killing Tiamat the first time you fight her. So that kind of spoils that there is a Tiamat, unfortunately, from earlier. I mean, I read that Tiamat earlier. And it says the first time you fight her, so that's twice. You fight her at least once, or at least twice, apparently. It'd be kind of nice if they didn't do that in descriptions of spells, and they only talked about that once you actually get to the part in the guide that talks about the fights, rather than just telling you the spells beforehand and just say, oh, it's going to be useful for, well, at least saying the last boss. Because that doesn't really spoil anything, because you already know there's going to be a last boss. Although I guess to be fair, just saying Tiamat, you don't even know that that's the last boss, but it does tell you that there's a boss named Tiamat, but I guess that doesn't really tell you anything. Okay, so the last ones. Saber doesn't work. It's supposed to increase an ally's defense by 16 points and hit rate by an unknown amount, but it doesn't matter. Okay, Zap. Interesting spell. It's an all-target KO spell that isn't resisted by any monster, sort of. I'll leave that blank. Hit that there. But it isn't particularly accurate. Strangely, it is nearly... Wait. All-target spell that isn't resistant. Okay, it isn't resistant, but it's not accurate. And both are time elemental, making wonder why you would ever want to paralyze all of your enemies when you can KO them almost as reliably. Unlike the rest of the non-nuke level 8 attack spell, Zap can occasionally be useful in thinning out large groups. Practically speaking, though, you're going to be saving most of those slots for nuke. XXXX. It inflicts KO on spells less than 300 HP unless resistant to death element. Doesn't work on monsters resistant to death, and there aren't a lot of sub 300 HP monsters you're going to want to use this spell on HP. It's not a lot by the end of the game. XXXX is anticlimactic at best. Alright, so let's read about the... Oh, there's Nuke and then stop. Nuke is the ultimate damaging spell, but don't expect it to deal full damage very often. Still, nothing resists it, so you're guaranteed 100 to 200 damage to each target, with a chance to double that. I wonder what you mean by the chance to double. 200 to 400 non-elemental. It's easily the best level 8 magic spell, so don't miss it if you have a black wizard. Stop. Time elemental paralysis on all foes. Very strange spell that is exactly the same as its level mate Zap, except that it's 8% more accurate and causes paralysis instead of KO. Even if paralysis wasn't simple enough to inflict with lower level spells, Stop would still be relatively useless. So it sounds like they're saying Zap is the best spell, and then Saber we can't use. So then by default, XXXX is the next best thing. Because Zap isn't good, Nuke is good, XXX is okay. Wait. Saber, that's level 7. Okay. Zap is interesting, all target, it isn't resistant. Automatically inflicts KO on one foe with less than 300 HP unless they're in... So XXX is only on one foe, and it's only if it's less than 300. But Zap is every foe. It just isn't accurate. I guess that's the drawback. And then Nuke, it's just a powerful, basically just a powerful attacking spell. And then Stop is the less useful one. Is that right? So we want Nuke and Zap, and then maybe Stop, but basically we just need Nuke and Zap. So as far as that goes, we would want Zap, or whatever else we decided was the best white magic right now. So what is that? I believe X for, that's useless, right? And then Fade. Oh, here I go again, reviewing these. Negate. Okay, so that's useless. You'd never guess. Okay, that one's okay, and Wall's okay. So I guess we're gonna go with Zap for now. 'Cause that seems like the best option. Yeah. Well, so that was like, we spent the whole episode just discussing what spell to get, which is okay. I mean, it doesn't all have to be dungeon exploring and all that kind of stuff. It can be thinking things out. I mean, I think that's a worthwhile thing to do from time to time. To showcase, I mean, specifically. Show the process. And that's what you do in an RPG. You would figure things out, what's the best thing to do. But they do need to go to a hotel to restore all those magic, so I'm going to go to the hotel, pay 500 gold, which is a lot cheaper than 3,000, which is what I'd use one of those on. So I'm just going to go to the desert and use a tent in front of the entrance, and I'll see you there. We already walked through the desert once, only to find that we couldn't go through it, so I'll just meet you at the entrance and then we'll just walk up there in the next episode. So see you then. Bye. I said bye.